welcome back to some more games from Worlds 2015. This is from the top 16 cuts. I am joined with Noah McKee, who is the player on the right side of the screen here. How are you doing, Noah?
Great.
And we have Dave Hoyland on the left playing his famous Leela deck. And you have RP on the right, the only RP player in the top 16. Is that correct?
Yeah, and he's the only Leela player, or the only criminal player.
Only criminal player, even, yeah.
Yeah,
so
only criminal versus.
Yeah. Let's make sure not to. And it looks like Dave is keeping his hand. Sorry, what were you going to say about Leela?
Yeah. Only criminal versus only Jinteki, I think.
Oh, that sounds right.
Yeah.
A lot. What, there are 9 ETFs in the top 16, something like that?
I think so. 9, or maybe it was 10. Was it 10 ETF, 5 NEH, 1 RP?
It could have been. I don't quite remember.
I thought that was how it was. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I think we both had the pleasure of winning our top of faction prizes the day before in the Swiss. Right. He got the criminal tokens and I got the Jinteki tokens. That was kind of cool.
I don't think we're gonna see the. Oh, I guess we do see his criminal tokens.
Yeah, he's not using them though.
You can kind of see his criminal tokens. And Noah here from, as you can tell from his map, the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah.
And Dave from the UK. I'm not sure where in the UK, but I know he's from the UK.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
And so that was a mulligan on your side, and here we go. So do you remember why you mulliganed? I didn't quite see your hand.
I think I had 2 agendas.
Okay. And this was a first click draw.
Second click install, yeah.
So in this matchup, are there any things in particular you're looking out for or trying to play around?
Yeah, there's one technical thing. You want to double advance your agendas so you can advance, and then have a flexible click.
Sure.
But besides that, you generally just want to get past the early game as long as quickly as possible. And then get to the point where RP is doing its taxing thing. Because that's kind of the thing Leela sacrifices is long game. I know David has some. What is his long game econ? He has Katie's and security testing, and I think that's mainly what's carrying him. He has 3 bank jobs too, which of course that's great whenever you can get it off. But you really just want to get to the mid game, late game points as fast as you can.
Sure. So in this game here, he did a run on the remote.
Yeah.
He did a dirty launcher on R&D run on the remote, and you were able to prevent him from getting the Desperado money by triggering the executive boot camp on the approach.
Yeah. So I get a Jackson because...
Yeah, so you got a Jackson with executive boot camp, and that did a shuffle on R&D, so he goes and checks R&D with another dirty launcher. So that was a strong turn.
Yeah. I get a Jackson because I think I still have 2 agendas. I think I had 2 in my mulligan too.
Okay, so you double ice HQ here rather than icing up R&D. Do you remember? Was it the siphon protection? You didn't. That ice down there maybe doesn't.
Yeah, HQ's just pup.
HQ is pup, and then what is that? A Baku on top?
Yeah. So my opening hand was, or my opening 2 ice were pup crick. So here I think I put these agendas back so we can't do the same manipulation thing and see 4 cards. But I think I shuffle back 2 future perfects. So at the same time, it's also making R&D way more juicy. But I still think that's better than letting him do the run R&D, run archives, run R&D again. So...
Right.
This is a future perfect.
So here's the future perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's very likely one of those future perfects you just put back in.
And I'm also on 3 credits.
I can see why you made that call.
Yeah, so this is an easy 0. He has 3 clicks to get this. Absolutely bet 0 and just give it to him.
Hope that he does 1 for some reason.
I mean, yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, there's no point in actually playing that side game. Oh, he sees 1 more.
Right.
He's doing Leela.
Point,
right.
With just sees an ice, I think. And you could go in there and see another card too, which is probably worthwhile. At this point, I was thinking about that Baku play, and icing up HQ. So he gets a global food.
Yeah.
And your board is back to with that Baku, I putting it on R&D obviously would have been better in hindsight with what just happened in that.
Yeah,
I understand
there you
why
go.
you. So that is the game.
Yeah, and that was I think that was a 1 in 7 out of my hand.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Utopia shard.
What I was saying there with the Baku, you having the siphon protection is super important, especially when you just have a pup there. But it seems like it might have been better on R&D, just even ignoring what happened. Just because if he siphons you, you have 4 credits, I think, and you pay 1 to rest the pup, so he gets 3, and he takes a couple net damage. So it's not horrible. And
I don't think he would take net damage. He had enough to pay for a pup.
Oh, okay, yeah, he pays 2 on the pup rate. Yeah, I was not thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean it's easy to see like in hindsight, like oh he dropped R&D and then you like lost on R&D, but the board as it was presented to me before was I think all he had is Desperado. So assuming he doesn't have the RDI, he's only seeing 1 card on R&D, and if he had only seen 1 card on R&D, then I would have survived. Because he saw GFI, I think Enigma, and then Enigma, or sorry, not GFI, Future Perfect Enigma, and then Enigma GFI. And so if he just stole, and so if he just stole the Future Perfect, then that kind of like would have been survivable.
Right.
And so I still think it was right because I later learned that he plays only 1 legwork, but assuming he's playing 2 legwork, which is like a slightly more common build, then he has 2 legworks, 2 siphons, he plays 2 emergency shutdowns, and he plays 2 inside jobs. So if he could, my hand at the end of my turn had a Nisei in it, so that's like a 1 in 5, just random access yank the Nisei. And so that's like 7, 8 HQ threats that he could reasonably make versus, if he has RDI, that's 2 cards he can see, and I already have an agenda in hand. So I have 9 left in R&D and 3 kind of defend themselves. I don't know. I think it was just like a pretty tricky start to navigate in the first place. And I needed to get like slightly better draws on the. I think if the 2 ice had been a little better, that would have been fine. Obviously, if the opening hand had been better, that was a little fine. That would have been fine. But yeah, it's definitely the Baco definitely could have saved it, like in hindsight. But I still kind of stand by my line of play. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you explained it well, and I wasn't trying to say, oh, you should have done this because the agenda's.
No, yeah, totally.
But also, Dave played that really well.
Yeah, he played it really well.
Total criminal control with the dirty laundries and the forced shuffles, and yeah, he was pretty good control of things after that start.
Yeah, the thing about it is not to spoil anything. So plug your ears if you.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, exactly. So David and I played we played for 3rd position, both in the top 4 a few rounds later, I guess multiple rounds later, because this was pretty early in the day. And it was the same matchup, and he was playing Leela and I was playing RP, and everything, I did like exactly what I wanted to do, and I went to like the late game, and I had like multiple remotes set up. I scored out 2 Niseis, and he played really well too, and he ended up winning. And I think that was like kind of the takeaway is that like if one player gets unlucky in these like relatively low error games, then that player is probably going to lose because like the play skill is very high, and he was a tremendously consistent player throughout both of the games we played.
Yeah, he finished up I think in 4th.
No, he finished 3rd. Yeah, I finished 4th.
Right. That's right. You finished 4th. He finished 3rd. Yeah, extremely talented player.
Yeah, he's great.
Taking a faction that people just aren't considering to be the top of the top right now, and just finishing 3rd in Worlds.
Yeah, he knew it like inside out.
Yeah, he's clearly outside of like being objectively the best criminal by placing the highest in Worlds, he clearly is just by by watching and by all right. Well, that was a short game.
Yeah.
We were debating even to commentate it, but it's a Worlds game. I think it's worth putting online and talking about the plays and talking about the luck and how to mitigate it and so on. So I want to product mine anyway. And thanks for commenting, Noah.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, and thanks everyone for watching. We'll have more up on the channel soon.